South Korea arrived at the 2026 World Cup carrying the hopes of an entire nation. 3 matches later, those hopes were gone. The surprising part wasn't that they finished third in Group A. It was how quickly a team full of belief looked completely different once the tournament began. The excitement before the World Cup was real. South Korea had spent years building a team that looked ready for a big tournament. Young players were improving, experienced players provided leadership, and the country had one of Asia's greatest footballers wearing the captain's armband. Supporters didn't expect South Korea to win the World Cup, but many believed reaching the knockout stage was a realistic goal. After steady progress over recent years, those expectations felt earned rather than exaggerated. At the center of everything stood Son Heung-min. Every time he stepped onto the pitch, millions of fans believed something special could happen. His success at club level gave supporters confidence that South Korea could compete with stronger nations. For many people, this felt like the perfect moment for another memorable World Cup story. Confidence before a tournament is important, but the World Cup tests something much harder. It asks whether a team can stay calm when every mistake matters. South Korea entered the competition believing they had the quality to compete with anyone. First warning signs appeared early. Passes became slower. Attacking moves broke down more often, and opponents closed space much faster than they had during qualification. None of these moments looked disastrous on their own, but together they changed the rhythm of the team. Instead of controlling games, South Korea spent more time reacting to them. The football that had looked confident only weeks earlier suddenly looked uncertain. While South Korea searched for their rhythm, Mexico showed exactly what World Cup football demands. They played with discipline, stayed organized without the ball, and made smart decisions under pressure. They didn't need spectacular moments because they trusted their system. Every player understood his role, and that consistency helped them control matches. Even when they weren't playing brilliantly, South Korea still created opportunities, but too many attacks ended before they became dangerous. The midfield struggled to keep possession for long periods, forcing the team to defend more than expected. Small mistakes slowly became bigger problems, and confidence became harder to recover with each match. By the end of the group stage, the table reflected what had happened on the pitch. Mexico finished first with a perfect 9 points. South Korea finished third with 3 points from 1 win and 2 defeats. But those numbers only explained the result. They didn't explain why a team that inspired so much confidence before the tournament struggled when it mattered most. The difference between success and failure at the World Cup is often invisible at first. It doesn't always come from one big collapse. It comes from small moments repeating themselves. South Korea experienced that throughout the group stage. A pass slightly behind the runner, a delayed decision in midfield, a missed opportunity in front of goal. None of these moments looked dramatic on their own, but together they changed the entire direction of their tournament. As pressure increased, South Korea stopped playing with the same freedom they had shown before the World Cup. Instead of dictating the tempo, they began reacting to it. Opponents pressed higher, closed space faster, and forced mistakes in areas that used to feel comfortable. The more South Korea tried to fix the problems, the more the rhythm of their game broke apart. No one felt that pressure more than Son Heung-min. As captain, he carried not just the responsibility of leading the team, but also the expectations of an entire nation. For years, he has been the face of South Korean football, producing moments that inspired belief far beyond the pitch. Every tournament brings the same hope that he will lead South Korea to something unforgettable. But football rarely gives one player that much control. Even the best players in the world need a team that functions around them. When the system struggles, even a leader like Son cannot change everything alone. He continued to fight in every match, but the overall structure around him couldn't consistently support his influence. If this truly was his final World Cup, it ended in a way nobody wanted. Not with celebration, but with reflection. When the group stage ended, the standings told a clear story. Mexico finished at the top of Group A with 9 points after winning all 3 matches. South Korea finished third with just 3 points from 1 win and 2 losses. The 6-point gap between them reflected more than results. It showed the difference between a team that maintained control under pressure and a team that slowly lost its identity during the tournament. Before the World Cup, South Korea looked organized, confident, and ready to compete. During the tournament, that identity became harder to see. Mexico stayed consistent from the first match to the last. South Korea struggled to find the same stability when every game demanded maximum focus. South Korea didn't leave the tournament because they were a weak team. They left because they couldn't consistently turn belief into results when the pressure was highest. But this is just the start. Subscribe to the 90 IQ for more football stories that go beyond the headlines. And tell me in the comments,